So this afternoon we had another one of these weather type ewes have her lamb, and it's a very interesting looking lamb. It's a ewe lamb. Rachel was here. She took care of processing it. We got to give this ewe a shot still tonight, a pain shot. She was making some noise earlier. We had some pain medicine here for her, but we want to wait because my new tagger and tags all came in today, and I want to get these two lambs and this pen tagged and moved over in the nursery area. And this ewe is not a fan of us right now. She stomps at us whenever we get up here and get around her baby. So I don't want to get her all stirred up until after I get these lambs moved, just make everything a little bit easier. That lamb's kind of speckled. It has a darker head on it and some black speckles across its back. This ewe kind of has a few little features of being a lighter head-shaped ewe. So we're kind of interested to see how this ewe lamb grows. This is the one that was born this afternoon. Just kind of interesting to see how its colors turn out. This year, that weather type brand that we purchased, I got to look into him a little bit more. I know that he is out of the Ram Freaky Friday. He has some, I guess you'd say, like brockle features to him. Some of these ewes we have a few little brockle features, and a couple of the ewes I have over at the Bank Barn for replacement ewes for next year. They definitely do, and some of those ewe lambs I bought last spring, those were all out of like blue ewes or like natural. So I'm really interested in these colors that are being thrown. I really like brockled and piebald and blue sheep. I think they're very interesting looking. Just neat, just something different, completely different from the Suffolk. So I'm really excited to see that we're getting a little bit of color out of this guys in these ewes. It's really neat to see. So here's my new tags. They came in. We kind of have a little bit of a color coding. This black tag is for these weather types. The red tags are for the Suffolks. And then these yellow tags will be just general tags that we can mark on. They don't have a scrapey ID on them, where the black and red all do. This way it makes it a little bit easier to tell them apart. And it really helps keeping track of them because it covers us for having our scrapey ID number and also an identification number that correlates with the tags that some of these lambs already have. Like this 2504, that's a lamb that we already tagged over here in this nursery pen, but this will be its official tag. And I went ahead and purchased a new tagging gun. It just works a little bit different. It's a straight end design. It was just a couple dollars more than the old one. I just wanted to try it out just because I didn't really like how that other one was going. And I picked up this rubber ring container full of rubber rings, which we'll need. And here's another thing I picked up from Premier One. I saw some other producers using these on some ewes that had some enlarged teats. And I just thought this might be something handy. Me and Rachel had talked about this the last couple years of getting this, because if we have some ewes that reject their lambs, we'll be able to basically milk them and use that ewe's colostrum for the lambs. Just in general, it should make things a little bit easier on us. And also we'll be able to kind of strip out those ewes that either lose their lambs or just reject them, and basically we won't have to be mixing up store-bought colostrum as much. I hope to not have to do any of it. But one thing we do know is I have a Suffolk over there right now. Last year, one of her teats were enlarged, and we had to hand milk her down a little bit so that way the lambs could get her teat in their mouth. And that was a lot of work. She didn't like it. And so I'm hoping that between these head gates and this utterly easy milker, that we'll be able to strip her down, get that teat shrunk down so those lambs can latch on, and basically make life a lot easier on those lambs and on us. Something right there. Boy, so his right here is this one. Yeah, that's nice. Girl?
Yes. Even smaller than what we were.
This is super. This goes in way easier.
Different brand though too. Maybe.
Turn it around.
Well, you put the other one in that one here.
Yeah, I gotta be able to get in the inside like this. There you go. So the next thing we need to do before we move those lambs over here into the nursery, there's a lamb in here kind of acting kind of sickly. The vet told us to come out and give it a shot. The vet's coming tomorrow morning because 2504 has one of those inverted eyelids. So she's going to work on it, flip it around and staple its eyelid open. And then she'll take a look at this lamb. But between now and then, she told us it'd be okay to give it some medicine. So I'm going to get it out, get it up here on the fence so Rachel can give it medicine. And then we'll go around, move those other ones in because it'll be kind of chaos with all the new lambs in there. And I just want to get this one treated beforehand. Hang on. There you go. I had to look on the phone.
Should I bring you some milk out?
Yeah.
I'll put him back over there on the wall. So he doesn't get run over.
Come on, babies. Dude, them black ear tags are nice. Look. Look how it blends in on that one. But you see the numbers real good. Oh, here. So originally this evening I came out here to start feeding everybody. Rachel was doing the water, and this ewe was laying down basically right in front of this jug, and she already had about 3/4 of that lamb out. So I let her get it out and got it around in front of her. She started cleaning it off, got up. I could see that she was already starting to pass her afterbirth. So I just went ahead and put her here in the jug. She's one of our commercial Suffolks. Had plenty of lambs for us in the past, so I knew she was doing okay. She was in here cleaning it off. The lamb was trying to get up, making some noise. She was talking to it. So I decided to just go ahead and skip on feeding everybody until a couple hours later. So I'm back out here now. I need to process this lamb, get it dried off, lamb paste, clip its navel, see what it is, give a quick weigh, and then I'll go ahead and get everybody fed. They're making a lot of noise because they saw me out here earlier, but I didn't want to get everybody all stirred up, and I also didn't want to get this ewe distracted. Sometimes when I start feeding everybody, these ewes automatically forget they have a lamb there, and I just wanted her to focus on that lamb. So we'll get her fed after we get these lambs processed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You see it?
Right here. Look. About 13 pounds. I got what she's doing. Let me get her. Oh. So this is about 13-pound ewe lamb. This is one of our commercial Suffolks, like I said. She was in with that ram Frosty, and so far, just a little interesting fact, out of all the Suffolks so far, we have only got 1 out of 6 lambs have been a ram lamb out of that ram Frosty. All the rest has been ewes. and that was actually out of the other commercial Suffolk that was just born there at the just about last week. So, you know, just kind of interesting to see how that works. And just you get years where it ebbs and flows. Well, I need to go over and check on a couple lambs over in the nursery area of the crossbreds. So earlier today, the vet came. She ended up stapling 2504's eyelid open where it needed to be. It had that inverted eyelid or rolled eyelid where the eyelashes are bothering. We've already been in here giving her a shot this evening while that other ewe was having a lamb. Then we have another lamb, 2405. He's been walking around kind of limping, carrying his front leg, and then started carrying a rear leg since the vet was here today. She checked him out, thinks maybe he got some kind of joint infection, maybe possibly pulled it up in him through his umbilical cord. But we gave him some medicine, and he was already up moving around. It seemed like a little bit better this evening, so we gave him another round of the medicine like we were supposed to. But right now, all the lambs are just laid out here for the evening, all spread out, getting warm. I don't want to get in there and get them messing around too much, but everybody seems to be doing good over here this evening. And so far, really, this whole second round, the lambing really hasn't taken off as fast as I thought it would. I thought a lot of the ewes were marked right there at the very beginning of that 17-day period. We still have the majority of our Suffolk ewes have not lambed yet that were marked in that second round. And with the weather type ewes, these crossbreds, the pin's actually starting to get a little bit smaller here. Now remember, like that ewe is the one that rejected her lamb, so she's marked, so like she won't have a lamb. And there's actually another one, 2105. She's the one who basically kicked her lamb to death trying to get it up there that morning before I got out here. So there's two ewes in here we know aren't going to be having another lamb. That ewe over here in the corner, I think it might be this one right here is one of the ones that aborted her lamb a little bit ago. So I guess there's three in this pen left that won't be having a lamb. And then also this does include 5 of those first-time ewe lambs that we didn't put in until the end of that second cycle. So basically it'd been the third set of 17 days, which there's no guarantee they were bred. I just put them in there just so they had the opportunity to possibly be bred. Maybe not. There's some stuff I'd been reading that says like you'll increase your over lifetime average of owning that ewe of the number of the lambs she'll have if you get her bred and she has a lamb there right after her first birth date. But if they don't, it's no harm, no foul. We'll just hold them back, feed them for the rest of the year, and get them back in with a ram again there at the end of summer. So that'll probably wrap it up for this second round of lambing until some more of these ewes get going. You know, really nothing going on but day to day around here, keeping them fed. I'm hoping over the next few days that some more will start lambing so we can kind of keep these groups a little bit closer together in age. That's ultimately what I want to do. Well, that'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching.